Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakanara Gunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutan Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sakana Lalita Shri Sakamvitam Sa Agyanatimirandasya Gyanandana Salakaya Chakshurum Militam Jana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Vandeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanuga Pravanam Rajara Sarasikam Cha Narayanam Tam Prapanam Shri Guru Charanam Vande Ramana Prestaya Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktiram Cha Kripa Murti Narayanam Namasrestam Manumapi Sachiputram Atra Swarupam Rupam Tasya Krayanupurim Maturim Gostavatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Abhor Radhikamadavasyam Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natosmi Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Taradaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarabhaktaya Namo Namah He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusutere Pranamami Hare Priya Jayatam Suratorpangor Mama Mandamatergatir Matsarvasapatam Moja Radha Matana Mohano Divya Prindaranya Kalpadrumada Srimad Randakara Simastanastau Shri Shri Radha Srila Govinda Devo Presta Diviseria Manosmarani Shri Mandra Sarasarambi Bamsi Vata Tatastita Karsham Veno Sonir Gopir Gopinath Darshiyastuna Prindai Tulasi Davayu Priyayai Kesava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavati Panchakalpataruvya Kripa Sindhuvya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. So first of all, I would like to offer my humble obeisances to the lotus feet of my divine spiritual master, Nitya Lila Pravishnu Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Asvatara Satarshi Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Guru Maharaj, and I pray for his causeless mercy. Also to Nitya Lila Pravishnu Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Asvatara Satarshi Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and I pray for his causeless mercy, for all my spiritual guardians, and for all my Rupanuga Guru Varga, for all the devotees here present, ladies, gents, my Dada pranams. So, by the mercy of Shri Guru Gauranga, we're here, by the mercy of Vaishnavas, sharing some Katha from Guru Dev for my own purification. It's a little bit heavy. Very nice, thank you.
Beautiful.
Mahaprasad ki jai. For my own purification, by the mercy of Guru and the Vaishnavas, I was forced to come here and start speaking some Harikatha from Srila Gurudev. I'm sorry my voice is like this. I've been a little bit cold lately. So, Srila Gurudev, for like 4 days we'll be talking about Guru, the glories of Guru, and the different aspects of Guru, the eternal forms of Guru, and also the form as a sannyasi that comes to this world to give mercy. So Srila Gurudev, in his Vyasa Puja, whenever there was Vyasa Puja, he would always speak about Veda Vyas. How Veda Vyas, he compiled all the Vedas. Actually, the meaning of Vyas is if there's a circle, the diameter that goes in the center of that line. This is the meaning of Vyas. It's who divides. Because Vyasadeva, he divided the Vedas in 4. Rig Veda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, Yajur Veda. And with the mantras that were left over, then he compiled the 5th Veda, which is the Mahabharata, and his Gita is included there. But he wrote he wrote so many scriptures, but he was not happy in his heart. He was very feeling unease. He was not satisfied with all this big work. So his Gurudev, Narad Muni, came and he gave him respect. He offered him a seat. And he knew Guru knows everything. He's Antaryami. He knows everything. And he knew that his disciple was very disturbed. So he glorified him. Oh, you did such a big work. You wrote so many scriptures and you divided them to make it easier for people because they were very difficult. So he said, but Gurudev, why then I'm not feeling this? There's like some unhappiness in my heart. And he said, then he chastised him. He said, because you have written about the four goals of life, which are, first is artha, material development, or kam. First is kam, desire. People have so many desires for this material world, anything, which is not the desire to please Krishna, is kam. And for this, then there's artha, which is economical development. So people are working and working and working to get money for what? To fulfill all these desires. And the third goal is dharma, religiosity. But not the nitya dharma, not the eternal function of the soul, but temporary practices and rituals which are not connected with the soul. And the fourth goal is moksha, or liberation, salvation. But by any of these goals, nobody can ever really be happy in their hearts. So even Vyasadeva wrote, like, people were doing nothing. So, okay, they're doing nothing, no problem. But now he's engaging them in doing karma. And like, if you offer to a Brahmin an umbrella, then you can be elevated to the heavenly planet. So now he's engaging them into karma. So even the Gita he wrote, but he said, this is not a complete work. It's not complete, your work. Gurudev used to say in Houston, bogus, you just confused everybody with all this Vedas, bogus, because now nobody knows. You know, he speaks, Brahma is the Supreme Lord, the best. Then he says, Shiva is the Supreme Lord, the best. Ganesh, so many. So you just confused everyone. Everybody's just confused. Nobody knows who is the Supreme Lord. You have confused everybody. So then he sat, and Srila Gurudev explains how he speaks everything, but everything is transmitted to the heart of Vyasadeva. By speaking Harikatha, Gurudev said, Bhakti Samadhi Yoga. By speaking like this, then he came in a trance and he could see all the pastimes. And then he's revealing, because he said, if you don't speak about bhakti, devotion, just a little bit mentioned here and there, or prema, prema pumartomaham, the fifth and supreme goal of life, then how can your heart be happy? If you're speaking about all these things, people are just confused. So he said, if you don't speak about bhaktas, about the personality of the bhaktas, We see the Bhagavatam is just a book of bhakti. So he spoke to him, and in trance, in Bhakti Samadhi Yoga, he saw everything in his heart. And he understood the different levels of bhaktas. Who is Sakama Bhakta? The bhaktas that are not pure, that have material desires, like Dhruva Maharaj or Chitraketu Maharaj. Then he spoke, what is the real bhakta, Shuddha Bhakta? Or what is the Jnani Bhakta, like Prahlad Maharaj? What is the Shuddha Bhakta, Ambarish Maharaj? What is the Premi Bhakta, like Hanuman? What is the Prema Pad, which is the 5 Pandavas? And the topmost of all, which is Uddhav, Prematur, the highest of all. But even him, when he goes to Braj, is sent to Braj by Krishna. And then he sees the condition of the gopis, how their prema is so high, so high. He feels embarrassed. It's like he has like a crown of prema, but when he sees how high, like Himalaya, his prema goes on the floor. He thinks, I'm so close to Krishna. I know Krishna. I'm the super associate, but nothing. That's why Krishna sends him there, to understand the real prema of the gopis, of the Brajvasis. So, in this way, even at the end, then Uddhav, what does he do? This verse, Asamaha charanarenusyam ahamsyam Vrindavana kimapi gumalatau sadanam Jedusteyan swajana aryapatamita pejur mukunda padavim shrutivi vimiryam. He says, Uddhav, the best of all, from all the Bhagavatam, he's the best. But anyhow, he's saying, I wish I could become a blade of grass. And he's still doing austerities in Radhakunda. There's Uddhavakund. He's there doing austerities so he can become a blade of grass, so he can be touched by the feet of the Brajadevis, the gopis, and get this dust. Why? Because this verse explains how they have left all their relatives. They leave their husbands, their children, everything. Arya Patam. They even leave Dharma. They reject Dharma. Gopis reject Dharma. Reject Vedas. Why? To go and please Krishna. So this is the highest type of prema. This is the highest type of Dharma. There's only one rule and revelation in Braj. Niti. One. What is it? You have to abandon all rules and regulations to go and please Krishna. So, like this, all this mood he's given in the heart of Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva, after, he wrote his own commentary, his personal commentary of all the Vedas, which is Bhagavat Puran, Srimad Bhagavat, 12 cantos. This is the conclusion of all the Vedas, which is Bhakti. That's why Bhakti Vedanta, Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Maharaj. Because this is the conclusion of all the Vedas, is Bhakti. So he wrote this beautiful book, all the 12 cantos, what he realized in his heart. And very beautiful verse, it says, Dharma prajito kaitavani mat saradam satam Vedyam vastanam atravastu shivanam tapatra yomulanam shimam bhagavate mahamuni kinve parishar sadyokriti avardate kriti vishishistu vistakshana. Rejecting all types of dharma, religion, which is related to this physical body and the mind. This Bhagavat, it established the highest truth, which is to learn to separate what is material, temporary reality and what is the supreme spiritual reality. To separate. This is the highest truth. And it says, very beautiful, that it is Dharma Prajito Ka Nirmatsaradam Satam. It's only understandable by those who are very pure in heart. Satam, Nirmatsam. And what is really the quality of being pure in heart? Really, who is Vaishnava, who's really in that platform, who has zero envy. If we see that there's some enviness, like, don't go here, no, stay with me. This enviness, this is not a pure Vaishnava. So this is the quality of Bhagavatam, who can actually have this. And then it says, Satam, Vedyam Bastanam Atravastu Shivanam, it uproots completely the three types of sufferings. Sufferings from our body, mind, from our body, sufferings provoked by other people, and sufferings provoked by natural disasters and demigods. So by root, it takes it, all is suffering, by this Bhagavatam. Then it says, Vedyam Bastanam means Vyasadeva. He is in his old age, very mature, old. He compiled this Bhagavatam. He compiled this Bhagavatam in his old age. And it's very beautiful, this verse. It says, Vedyam Bastaram Atravastu Shivanam Srimam Bhagavate Mahamuni Kimbe Pareshvara. He said, what is the need of any other book? What is the need? With only developing the culture of listening, Shravan, by only listening the message of Bhagavatam with attention, with honor, Krishna at once, he comes and he sits in the heart of the listener. So what is the need of any other book? It is directly the Swarup of Krishna. The 2 feet, the first and second canto, are the feet of Krishna. The first, the 1 foot, second foot.
Low battery.
Low battery.
Need to plug it in.
So, the first and second canto are the feet of Krishna. The third and fourth canto are the legs of Krishna, the thighs. The fifth canto is the navel. The sixth canto is the chest. The seventh canto and eighth are the arms of Krishna. The ninth canto is the throat. The 10th canto is the lotus face of Krishna. And the 11th canto, the forehead. The 12th canto is the top of the head. And then Srila Gurudev, in other places, secretly, he was saying that the 5 chapters, no, the 5 Gitas, Gopi Gita, Brahma Gita, Venu Gita, Yugala Gita, Pranaya Gita, these 5 Gitas from the Gopis are Krishna's heart, the prana of his. And then Srila Gurudev, and also the 5 chapters that describe Rasa lila, Gurudev said they are Krishna's heart. And then Gurudev gives this beautiful example. Now everything's, that, for example, there's a palace. So the foundation is the Gita, Bhagavad Gita. But then there's a palace built, and that palace has 12 stories. This is Bhagavatam. And then the 10th floor, this is 10th canto, and it has 90 kunjas, the 90 chapters. And Gurudev explains how he actually calls Sukadeva Goswami, because there's a beautiful verse that says, Sarvopani Sadogavo Dugdam Gopalanandaha Parto Vatso Shudir Bhokta Dugdam Gitamritat Mahat. Very beautiful, very beautiful. It says that Krishna He is a milkman. He's a milkman. And he is milking the cow. Sarvo Upanishado Gabo. So Gabo, the Upanishads are the cows. And Krishna's milking all these Upanishads. And then he's extracting the milk. And he's giving it to Radha. He's extracting the milk and he's giving this milk to the calf. Who is the calf? Arjuna. So Arjuna, he's taking this milk. Krishna's milking the Upanishad. And then he's giving the milk. And this is then Kita Dugdam Kita Mitat Mahat. Then comes the great nectar of Bhagavat Gita. Gita Upanishad. This is what Krishna does as a milkman. But then, Gurudev says, but then Krishna thinks, he leaves a pot on the side, and that pot has milk. He saves some milk. And then he says, some people don't like milk, like my case. I only like cream or condensed milk. So some people will not take milk. They'll only take the cream. So he puts the pot on the side and he calls Sukadeva Goswami. He said, now you come and churn this milk. So Sukadeva, now he's speaking first canto, second canto, third, and he's making the cream. This is Bhagavatam, the cream of all the Vedas, everything. And then, but Gurudev says, but some people will not take the cream. They say, we'll only take the ghee. So then, that is the 10th canto. The cream, the 5 chapters, the ghee, that you cannot get anything more from that. This is the 5 chapters that describe Rasa lila. So, this is now something, because Prabhu asked me to explain this verse, but Srila Gurudev one time in Devananda Gurumat, maybe 1997, he spoke, he said, if you read all the Vedas, all of it, it'll be a little bit difficult. You'll be so confused because of this thing that it tells you follow Dharma. No, follow this, follow that. Oh no, this is the Supreme Lord. The other one is the Supreme Lord. No. So everybody's Supreme Lord. There are like millions of lords. So this is why Narad Muni chastised Vyasadeva. He said, you confused everyone. You have not told that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's the origin of all incarnations. So many. So then we go in India and we see so many people say, no, Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu.
Right.
We know all the Hindus say that. Yeah. I mean Indians. So then Parama Pujapad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, he one time, I went to his room and immediately he told, very beautiful, how, you know this pastime of Krishna, how Brahma stole all the cows. Like Brahma stole all the cows, all the calves and all the cowboys, and he hid them. So, but Krishna, he manifested as all those calves and all those cowboys. He manifested like millions of forms of Vishnu. So Maharaj told, so if he manifests millions of Vishnus, he has to be the origin of all Vishnus. So definitely he is the Supreme Lord, and all Vishnu, Narayan, Narashinha, they all come from Krishna. So then Srila Gurudev said, if you read all the Vedas, you will just be confused. You will not know what is to be done, which is the goal, because it has so many divisions and subdivisions and more divisions. So people will just be confused. So Gurudev said, just go to the seed of all the Vedas, which is Om. Omkar. And when this seed opens, it becomes Brahma Gayatri. So Brahma Gayatri is Veda Mata. She's the mother of all the Vedas. But what does it say there? It says, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. I meditate on the Bhargo, which is the potency of Deva, of Krishna. So who is the potency of Krishna? Srimati Radhika. So this is the, Gurudev said, the essence of all the Vedas. To meditate in Srimati Radhika.
Yeah.
And then, again, because they're asking me to repeat, Srila Gurudev in Vyasa Puja here in Alacha, I'm pretty sure it was 1999. He came and he said, for a very long time, my heart has been wanting me to say this, so today I will reveal it. That, he said, Gayatri is a gopi. And Krishna brought her to earth by force. She didn't want to leave. And he married her by force also to Brahma. And there actually is where it starts. Our line is, the Charya really is Gayatri. And she doesn't want to be with Brahma. She wants to be with Krishna. So this is starting the Parakya line, to be with somebody, but she belongs to someone else, to Krishna. So Gurudev said, and then Gayatri, she wanted so much to go, and she wanted to go back to Golok. So she did bhajan for thousands of years and lives, I don't know, but for a very long time, doing bhajan. So Gurudev explains that the Swarup of Brahma, Gayatri, transformed into Kam Gayatri. And the Swarup of the Om seed transformed into Kling. So Gayatri, many women say, why don't women get the Gayatri mantra? Gurudev said, because it hardens the heart. It's not really meant for women. It's for men, so that they become softer. Yeah. But he said, no need. Kam Gayatri is already included within. It's the completely mature, right form of Brahma Gayatri. It's Gayatri herself doing bhajan. She is doing bhajan herself for thousands of years, so that she can go back to Brahma. Krishna brought her here for her to find the path, so that she could go back to Golok Vrindavan and to help us by this mantra. Wow. So when Guru gives us this mantra, what is the result? The one takes birth in the womb of a gopi in any of the universes where Krishna is manifest in his eternal pastimes. And then one will have to perfect the different levels of prem, sneha, man, pranaya, raga, anurag, Mahabhav not, but all the levels of prem, and then Vastu Siddhi. And at that time, then one goes to Golok Vrindavan. But this is only possible with the Kam Gayatri, with the Kama mantra that Gurudev gave us. Without this, impossible.
So Gurudev, just for the sake of everybody else here, I think you already heard this, but the other night I was explaining how Gurudev, when I first met him, I was asking him questions about Jesus Christ raising people from the dead and different things. And Gurudev told me that he himself rose somebody from the dead by chanting this Kam Gayatri into the boy's ear who had died. He'd fallen out of a window in Mathura, and the boy was very dead. And Gurudev whispered this mantra into the boy's ear, and it woke him up from death. And then he said to me, now you know He said, you know what I chanted in the boy's ear? I said, no, Gurudev. He said, calm Gayatri. And he said, you should, if it has the power to raise someone from the dead, then how much more power it has for you.
So, yes, exactly. It has the power to raise us from the dead of this material existence.
Exactly.
and awaken and become alive in a real eternal form. This is the real glory of Kamkayatri. So, okay, continuing with Vyasadeva. Then Vyasadeva, he compiled his own commentary from all the Vedas, which is the Bhagavat Puran, which is only Krishna. Everything about Krishna. Like I explained, it's the Swarup of Krishna. It's like Krishna, it's similar to Krishna. No, it is directly Krishna. So when we hear this Katha from Shri Guru repeatedly, then some impression is done in the heart. And Krishna will manifest. He will come, even if our heart is so filthy, so dirty, no harm. Krishna himself comes and he cleans. He takes his child and he cleans the heart so that he can come and sit there. This is the glory of hearing Harikatha and especially Bhagavat Katha. So, in the Bhagavata, it is said, what is this beautiful verse? Nigama kalpa tarur galitam palam sukadruvam tritadrava sanjatam pivata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhura rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Oh, intelligent man, oh, wise man, just drink the nectar of Bhagavatam. From all the tree, all the literature of the Vedas, which is like a big tree full of branches and little branches and more branches, from all this tree of the Vedas, this is the very ripe fruit. This fruit has no seeds, it has no skin, it has no thread. It is just pure ras. It's pure ras, prem ras. This is from all the Vedic tree, the ripe fruit is prema, divine love, prem ras. So, and in this verse it's very beautiful. It says that even Nigamakalpa Tarur Kalitan Phalam, that Sukadeva, that even this book, even for liberated persons that are Rasik and Babuk, which have Bab and have a relish in Raj, it's very relishable, very relishable for them. And Gurudev explains why, because there's some fruits that are very tasty, but they're only tasty if a bird comes and puts his beak inside the fruit. Then it becomes very sweet. Otherwise not. So this Bhagavatam is sweet because it has been bitten by Shuka, which is the parrot of Srimati Radhika. So Srila Gurudev explains how this parrot is Srimati Radhika's parrot. And she's always caressing the parrot and giving the little parrot sweet rice and fruit, especially sweet rice. Krishna, Krishna. Say Krishna, Krishna. And then the parrot flies away and goes to Radhika's house. And she hears, to Krishna's house. And she hears, Radhika, she tells him Krishna, he goes flying to Krishna's house. And she, Krishna, who's there? Who's there? He takes the parrot and starts giving him pomegranate seeds. And then Lalita and Vishaka, the girls, come, hey, that's the parrot that's Radhika's parrot. Give us back that parrot. Oh, if it's true, then see if he goes. He doesn't go. So then they call Jashoda Ma, look, he's taking the parrot of Radhika. So she twists the ear. You always disturbing,
Stealing.
playing with all these animals. Give back the parrot. So then they take the parrot back. And then when Radha Krishna want to leave this lila on earth, they tell the parrot, you should stay here, you should stay. But they're like, no, the parrot, no, I don't want to go, I want to go with you. And she's crying. No, I don't want to leave. And crying, the parrot, no. Because she's Radhika's. How much she's kissing the parrot, how much ras, how much bliss, how much ananda, how much ras this parrot is witnessing every day in the kunjas, in the morning. This parrot is witnessing all the ras that is going on, all the very intimate pastimes. The parrot, he's singing every day to wake up Radha and Krishna. Sharing Shuka. You know, all this Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, Radhikashtakam. This is very, very, very deep, this parrot. She doesn't want to stay. He doesn't want to stay. But Radhika insists. And Krishna, you must stay. So they leave this world. And now the parrot is saying, where can I hear Harikatha? And he goes flying to Kailash, where Shiva is. Shiva is speaking Harikatha to Parvati. He's speaking Bhagavatam Katha. But Srila Gurudev explains, like the first chapters are very philosophical. So then, not very happy, what's her name? Parvati falls asleep. And then, after she wakes up, hey, did you already speak 10th canto? Did you already go through it? But I'm asking you, are you here? And you're saying, yes. Continue, yes. No, it wasn't me. No, then who? Then he sees the parrot hidden in a tree. Oh, any unqualified entity that listens should be killed immediately. So Shiva starts flying with the trident, chasing the parrot. And the parrot, Sukha, goes flying. And finally goes to the ashram of Vyasadeva. Radha Prabhu. Goes to the ashram of Vyasadeva. And Vyasadeva is speaking Harikatha to his wife, Mitika. And she's like, and he enters there. And then comes Shiva. Oh, gives pranams. Oh, what are you? No, this very unqualified entity was listening. I have to kill. But what is the result of hearing Bhagavatam? You become eternal. You become immortal. So how can you kill him? So then he stayed for 16 years in the womb. Finally, he came out. He didn't want to come out. Some people say 13. Some people say 16. I've heard 16. So then, finally, he said, I don't want to come out unless I see Krishna. I don't want Maya. So Krishna had to come and enter, give darshan for 1 second. He comes out. And then the beautiful verse that Gurudev explains how, because he's so absorbed in Brahma Gyan, which is, then I'll answer. I was never understanding how, if he can be Radhika's spirit, he'd be absorbed in that. So I asked that to Parama Pujapal Bhakti Gyamarati Goswami. It can be a really nice answer. So then after he leaves, he just completely detached. 16 years old, he runs to the forest. And Gurudev always used to recite this verse before Bhagavatam. Jam pravacantana nupetrama petra kirtan Dvaipayano nilahakatara ajuhava Putreti tammaya dayotara gopinedus Tam sarva bhutam hridayam munimantosmi. I offer my obeisances to Sukadeva Goswami, who can enter into the hearts of all the sages. So he left, and it says, without doing all the rituals, you know, like when a child is born, they have to do this ritual, this yagya, this purification. Nothing. He just left, running to the forest. And the father's calling him, hey, Putra, come back, come back. But only the trees echoed in response. Come back. Why? It's not like, oh, my son, I'm so attached to him, my son. No, it's because he thinks no one is qualified in this world to be a disciple, so I can speak and teach all Bhagavat to him. No one is qualified. That's why he was crying. Finally, he brought him back. He sent a hunter to give a sloka, and he became, all Bob came out, and he's, which one?
The same one we heard last night.
Yeah. Varapidanata, Varapapakarna, Yokarni Karam, Viravasakaka, Kanapisambhaja, Yantin Chamala, Randam Berunada, Rasutaya Puraya, Kopi Bringai, Brindana Sopa, Taramana Pravi, Shakita Kirti. This very beautiful verse from Benugit, where it describes Krishna, how beautiful. Varhapidanata, he's wearing a beautiful peacock feather, crown of feathers. Varhapidanata, Varapapa, Karna, and he wears this flower, karnika, yellow, on his ears. Bivravasaka, and then the cloth is yellow, shining. And the Bayanti mala that reaches his knees with 7 different types of forest flowers. Bayanti, Randam Beruna, and he plays the flute. And all the nectar of his lips goes in this music, in this tune, in the holes of the flute. Randam Berunata Rasudaya. Gopi Brindar, and he's surrounded by all the gopis. Brindaran and Sopa Raman Prakisha Kita Kirti. And they're all singing the glories.
Not the bottom.
Huh?
Not the bottom. Explain that part.
Not the bottom.
Yeah.
In this verse.
First part. Underneath.
But happy then not the bottom, not the bottom.
Yeah.
It's he is the best of all dancers. Not the bottom. And he's like in a stage. Actually, so many things like, then I'll get off the topic. Okay, so he is the best of dancers. He's always dancing, and the teacher, Srimati Radhika. So, actually, Krishna wants to learn how to dance. So he goes to Radhika. And Radhika, then remember where I'm at after this. Then Radhika, he goes to Radhakund. And Radhika is in her kunja and she's learning, she's dancing with the gopis. And he says, I want to learn from her. So he's hiding from outside, trying to see Ramadevi ki jai. Panchari Gopi ki jai. So then, what happens is that Krishna is hiding from outside. He wants to see how Radhika is dancing. But she is not. Suddenly, when he sees just the fragrance emanating, what is it? That verse? Yashakadapi vasananchala kela nota dhanyati dhanya pavanena kritartamani joginda durgamagati madhusudanopi tasyo namashtu vrishabhanu bupodishapi. The Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur and Radha Rasa Sudanini, he describes, this is like the 3 favorite verses of Srila Gurudev. That just when the breeze touches, not Radhika, but just the corner of her veil, and it takes that fragrance. And then Krishna's outside hiding, wanting to learn from Radhika without her knowing. But when this fragrance comes and touches Krishna. Then what happens? Yasya kadapi vasarancha lakeranota. Then Venunkaram nipatitam stalitam shikantam brastam chapito rasanam rajaraya suno yasya kataksha saragatta vipurchitasya tam radhika paricharyami kadarasena. Also, Prabhupada Saraswati Radha Rasa Satanidhi, that just the fragments, then what happens? Or Radhika, what to speak of the glands. Then his peacock, Krishna's peacock falls to the ground.
Crown.
The crown. And then the flute falls. The clothes start to loosen. And at the end, Vimurchitasya faints, falls on the ground. So when he had just the fragments of Radhika's veil come to his direction, and he smells this, then what happens? Krishna fainted on the floor. And boom, a big noise. And Radhika, what is that noise? Is there a monkey there? What is it? What is this? Let's go see. All the gopis go, what is this sound? They go outside the kunja, and there's Krishna lying down flat. What is he? What is he doing here? And then, okay, he comes back to consciousness. Oh, Radhika, I just want to learn from you how to dance. No, get out, get out. Don't disturb. Krishna weeping and weeping. No, and all the kinkaris kick him out. Then the third verse, that kinkari shuvausavalukakuvani nityam parasya purusasya shikanda mole tasya kadara sanidel vrishakanu jaya tatkeli kunja babanam kamamarchanisyam. Again, Prabhupada Saraswati Radha Rasa Sudani, he says that the kinkaris, not even Radhika, the kinkaris, the maidservants of Radharani, the manjaris. Krishna wants to enter the kunja, but the kinkari said, get out, you cannot. Not Radhika, the kinkaris. And he's begging on his knees with broken words, please, please. You know, like, sorry, let me in. Cry, please, let me in. With broken words. Kakubani. That kinkari shubhahusabaru kakubani with broken, he can't speak, please. like I am now. No. So then, with these broken words, let me in. But the kinkaris, get out. Radhika, please teach me dancing. No, get out. I'm not going to teach you. So Krishna goes very sad. He leaves. Radhika continues to dance with her sakis. And then the news come to Radhika. Oh, Krishna's learning how to dance. He's really expert now. You can't imagine. He's like so expert now. But how is it possible? Who taught him? You, Radhika. What do you mean, me? I said, no. He made a murti. He made a murti of your form, and she is teaching him. He is in another kunja hidden with the murti of Radhika. And every day he's doing arti, worshipping flat, like Dandava pranams to Thakurji, Radharani. And so, is this true? Let's go see. So then comes running. Radhika goes with all the sakis. Let's go see if this is true. And there's the kunja, and there's Krishna with the murti. And he falls down, pranams. Oh, you're my teacher, Guruji. Please, Dada pranams. Oh, I'm hearing your learning. Yes, I learned everything now. So, let me see. Dance. I want to see it. No. There has to be a special. You should dance now. I want to see if it's true. No. There has to be a special. There has to be a special place where I want to dance. I want a stage, special stage, which is movable. Tú entiendes perfectamente.
Pero el español es más delicioso.
Ya, sí. La gente me ha criticado por años porque solo hablo español. Y ahora es la primera vez en inglés después de mucho tiempo. Okay. So then Krishna said, no, I will only do the presentation, but I want a movable stage. So, but when? Do it now. No, the time will come. When it'll come, it'll be the right time. So then Radhika goes, Krishna goes, and then suddenly, say, okay, call Radhika now. After some time, I'll do now. And then is Krishna with Kaliya, and he jumps, and he calls Radhika, you come now, I will do my presentation. And he is dancing, he wanted a moving stage, so he's jumping in one hand, and the jewels of the Kaliya, because he wanted the reflectors, the light. So he has this, he has this,
Disco ball.
the personal reflectors on Krishna. And Krishna is dancing, jumping on one and the other, dancing so well. Then finally goes out, gives Danda pranams to Srimati Radhika. Oh, Guruji, how is it? Is it not bad? It's okay. So this is how Krishna learns how to dance from Srimati Radhika. So going back to...
That's not the bar. That's not the bar, yes.
Not the... Oh, so that's why I'm like, why am I speaking this? But now I said, because see, the problem is if you ask me a question, then
Okay,
I'll
so
get
like-
completely off the...
Now the disciple of Vyasadeva, the hunter, he gave that verse.
Okay.
Five,
So now Vyasadeva is... now all this mood, Bob came, so he also said with Bob's symptoms of prem because of this verse. And he was able to bring him back to Vyasadeva. Who gave you those verses? This was like the...
Hook.
Yeah, like the hook, like the... How do you call it? When you fish, the...
Bait.
Yeah, the hook.
The bait.
The bait.
Yeah.
This was the bait. So he was able to bring him back. And then he spoke all of Bhagavatam to him. He learned it, and that's the Bhagavatam that we spoke. He spoke. But, so the question, right? The question of why would he be absorbing Brahmagyan if he's Radhika's spirit? I asked this to Parama Pujapad Bhakti Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and he said that at the time of Bhagavatam, when he spoke it to Parikshit Maharaj, you know, he sat and he spoke, Sukadeva Goswami, but the thing is that he said that practically all the people that were there, they were rishis. So they were actually impersonalists. Mostly, the grand majority. They were almost all impersonalists in the assembly. All the rishis and munis. So Sukadeva Goswami, he's addressing them all saying, I was the best of all the, Brahmagyanis. I was, but even I, when I heard the pastime of Krishna, immediately my heart was changed. So this is a way to preach to all of them, to tell them how powerful is Krishna Lila.
Yeah.
This is why. Because then they could relate to him. Like, I was like that, but Krishna Lila is so powerful that it changed me, so listen to the Lila now. So, now, Vyasadeva, after hearing from his guru, from Narad Muni, he realized everything in his heart. And what did he do? He actually, he realized everything in his heart. And then what happened? He wrote the Bhagavatam, right? The 12 cantos. But there's one verse which is the most important, which is like the seed. Like Gurudev was saying, remember the Brahma Gayatri, Kama Gayatri, and Bhargo Devasya Dimahi, I'm meditating the supreme truth, right? Satyam Param Dimahi. Bhargo Devasya Dimahi. So I get a little distracted with, my mind is so bad. So, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, I meditate in the supreme, in the potency of Deva, right? Radharani. So Gurudev says that from Brahma Gayatri, all the Bhagavatam is just like an extension. It's an extension of all this Brahma Gayatri that I meditate in the supreme, in the potency of Deva. And so the first verse of Bhagavatam, which is very important because this is the seed of, it's all the Vedas included in that first verse, and all the Bhagavatam in that verse, which is Janmadiya Sayato Itaratas Charte Swabhigyasvara Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikamaya Muhyanti Jatsraya Tejovani Midam Jata Jatra Trisharga Misha Dhamna Swena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. Vyasadeva, he realized, he says, Satyam Param Dhimahi, I meditate in the supreme truth. And the supreme truth is, general meaning, it is Krishna. Yeah. That's the general meaning. But there are many other meanings. Srila Gurudev meditated 30 years, every day, in this shloka. And I explained in the day of Vyasa Puja, how one time in Keshwari Gaudiya Math, maybe year 2000 or something like this, there was all, Gurudev invited all this great Mahabhagavats from different lineages, from different sampradayas, Vaishnava sampradayas. And he asked them, and they were all discussing, the discussion was, what is the subject matter of Bhagavatam? So according to their mood, some would say, Gopas, to be like, or like a mother, just so mother, parental love, like this. And Gurudev concluded with this verse, then he explained very deep the meaning. Prabhu is asking me to speak this particularly, but then I wanted to speak something else after. And it was the Gurudev explains that this verse is actually Rasa lila. That Veda Vyasa at the end, he realized, he saw Rasa lila, and he saw that the Satyam Param Dhimahi, I meditate in the supreme truth, is actually Srimati Radhika. It is Radhika. And he says, why? He explains, Janmadi Asya, because she gives birth. She is the one that gives birth to all the rasas. Madhurya Ras, she is the origin of Madhurya Ras, Dasya Ras, Sakya Ras, even Shanta Ras. Vatsalya Ras, all the rasas, all the different relationships with God, as a friend, as a son, as a servant. All the rasas are manifested from Radhika. So therefore, Janma, she gives birth, Janma, Adi, the origin. It's Srimati Radhika. And he's describing Rasa lila, Janmadi Asya. Then it says, Janmadi Asya Itaratas Chartasyu. So it means that when Radhika is directly in Rasa lila, this is Itaratash. And Chartasyu is when she leaves Rasa lila. So it's directly and indirectly. Janmadhyasya Itaratash Chartasyu. Abhigya means she's completely independent. Abhigya. Because Abhigya means she's the embodiment of all knowledge. Abhigya. Bhigya, Abhigya. So what is that knowledge? The 64 arts to serve Krishna. Because we can know all Katha, Siddhanta, all knowledge, but what is the use of that knowledge if one doesn't know how to serve Krishna? So really, the topmost knowledge is the knowledge to serve Krishna. And Radhika is the embodiment of the 64 arts. Wow. She's the embodiment of bhakti. So in this way, she is all knowledge. And then Swarat, she's completely independent. Yeah. Swarat.
She's God. Yeah.
So then he says, why independent? Because she has Madanakya Mahabhav. the highest level of divine love. Nobody can have this. Nobody can have this. Only Srimati Radhika. Even Krishna is begging, please, please, give me this Madanatya Mahabhav. He doesn't have it. So she's independent, he's not. And then Brahma Hridaya. This is a very nice line that it is the general meaning is that Krishna gave all this knowledge to the first poet Brahma. But then, in this case, it is Krishna, it is Radhika who gave all the knowledge to the first poet, Sukha, the parrot. Because she's given all Rasa, everything to the parrot. And also, Satyam Padam Dhimahi, meditating the Supreme Truth, is also referring to Mahaprabhu. Because it's Radha Krishna conjugal, it's Radha, and Krishna is Mahaprabhu. And so that it is Krishna, it is Mahaprabhu who gave all the knowledge to the first poet, which is Rupa Goswami.
Very good.
And then it says Tejo Varnamridam, the third line, which is describing Rasa lila. This whole verse is Rasa lila. This is what Vyasadeva realized at the end. He saw how Tejo is fire, so it's like the full moon red. Tejo, fire. Tejo Varni is the water, means Yamuna flowing. Varni is the earth. Krishna is there playing the flute, the stones melt. Tejo Varni Mridam. And then it is Radhika. From her, all the Bhu, Shri, Bhu, and Lila Shakti. All this Shakti is manifest from her. And then it says, Dhana Swena Sada Nirasa Kuhaka. Far beyond this cheating place, this place which is Maya, all this cheating place. Everything we see is Maya, except here. Except here. So far beyond this cheating place, there is Golok Vrindavan, where Krishna is always, Radhika is always there, giving pleasure to Krishna. Therefore, Satyam Param Dhimahi. I'm meditating the Supreme Truth. Vedavyas realized, because when he sees Rasa Lila, he sees that everything, all this Rasa is manifested only by Radhika. She's like the center of a wheel. Nothing can manifest without Srimati Radhika. So now,
Does he see Mahaprabhu too?
Yeah.
He does?
Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, now we'll get to the topic
Yay.
that I wanted, finally. So this is because, I don't know why Gurudev is inspiring me since the first day. Because he gave me this order actually in Mathura. When I was learning the Gopi Gita, then he said, I want you to go everywhere in the world and teach everybody to sing Gopi Gita. You should preach this everywhere. Even the whole world is against you. Even if everybody criticizes you, you have to always glorify all the Braja Devis, and especially Srimati Radhika. So for this reason, today, and then I went to China, so many cities in China, and we translated, well, I didn't, the translator into Cantonese and Mandarin, and everybody in China, imagine, everybody's singing Gopi Gita in all the cities. And they were crying and crying like babies, everybody. And they were like, why are we crying like this? They couldn't understand. So okay, this is the prem of the gopis. So, he came just on the time. Amazing. So, Gurudev explains how Krishna is in the bank of the Jamuna. And there is this beautiful Jamuna crystal waters full of lotuses, so fragrant, and it's the full moon red, very red, like fire. And he sees the whole forest is illuminated. It's reddish because of the moon. And when he sees this beautiful scenery, he thinks, I have to call all the gopis. I have to do ras. So he takes his flute and he plays, cling. And this is like a messenger that goes. Only those gopis that he's calling They are hearing their name. Every single name, every single gopi is here. He's calling me, he's calling me. So this messenger comes and enters into the heart of the gopi and takes their hearts. Some gopis are burning the bread, making bread, and they leave and then it stays there burning. Some are feeding their husbands, but the flute comes and takes their heart. They have to run. Another gopi is milking a cow. She runs. Another one is getting kajal, only one eye, only half, runs. Then dressed like half dressed, half this, half that, everything, loose, run. Because it takes the hearts of the gopis. And they're running and they're running and they're saying, but we want to, please give us back our heart. We want to go back, we want to go, but we can't without our hearts. The flute is taking, Krishna playing. And this is the messenger taking their hearts. They want to go back, they cannot. Finally, they reach where Krishna is in Bamshivat, the beautiful banyan tree, in the banks of the Yamuna. And Krishna tells them, Swagatam, Swagatam, welcome, welcome. But you know, it's very dark now, it's very dangerous, so many animals, dangerous animals in the night in the forest. You should not be here, you should immediately go back. Go back to your husbands and crying babies. You know, it is said in Shastra that you should always serve your husband, even if he is obnoxious,
Ugly.
if he's ugly, if he's poor, if he's, what else? Old. If he's bad, anything. And Gurudev says, or all the above mentioned together, you should not leave. You should not leave if he has not fallen from his dharma, religious principles. So you should go back, because if you stay, it is said that women are condemned and you cannot be happy in this life or in the next. So quickly, quickly, go back to your husbands and crying babies. So then the gopis are furious. They're biting their lips. They're scratching with their toes, the sand. They want to make a hole and bury themselves. They're so upset because he brought them there.
Right.
And now he's telling them, go back, go back. Why have you come? But the gopis are very clever and start doing this debating with him. And they win the argument.
Of course.
They said, and they say that actually the way Gurudev explains, very beautiful, that you have said that we have to serve first our husbands, but you're actually, you are the closest person in our heart, like Guru, so we have to serve you first. So in this way, Krishna is very pleased. He's testing them, and they defeated him. So then now he starts to do Rasa with them. He's whispering at the ears of all, one by one, playing, laughing, joking. And then Radhika is seeing. She's the only one that can see that Krishna is talking to every single one of them. And then she becomes a little bit, actually every single gopi thinks Krishna's only with me. They cannot see that Krishna goes with all the gopis. Each one thinks Krishna is only with me. Krishna's only with me. Krishna's only with me. So they become sobab mad, which means they're intoxicated in the good fortune. They're like, oh, Krishna's only with me. So this intoxication of the good fortune, Radhika thinks this is not pure bhakti. Because bhakti is devoid of any desire other than to give pleasure to Krishna. But they're like, oh, Krishna's only with me. So this sobhagma, this intoxication of good fortune, Radhika's thinking this is not. But she also becomes a little bit jealous. Of course, we're on Radhika's side, so we don't want to say that ever. But she's a little bit, she feels She's always telling me, I am the favorite, I'm the best. Why? Because she's the only one that can see he's with all the rest. Only Radhika, none other. So then Parama Pujapad Bhakti Yambarati Goswami Maharaj also, he said, because he knew that this Katha is my favorite. So whenever I would see him, he would give me something. And he said that Radhika is thinking, oh, I cannot fully please him. So this is why he's going to other gopis. So then Radhika leaves Ras. She leaves. And all the gopis, Krishna Shatakoti Gopi Madhavaman, millions of the most beautiful and qualified gopis, the most beautiful, qualified, they cannot control Madhava. They cannot. And Radhika goes, and Krishna immediately, what is the use of this Ras without Srimati Radhika? What is the use? If Radhika is not here, no point. And she's Ladini Shakti. She's the one that gives everything, even if there are millions of gopis not happy. So then she goes running out. She leaves, and Krishna is everywhere crying. Kota go prema mai Radhe Radhe. Everywhere. Oh Radhe, where are you? Where are you? One kunja, another kunja, this tree, another tree, everywhere. Just weeping all over Braj. Oh Radhe, where are you? Where are you? He sits under the Imlitala tamarind tree and he starts crying. Oh Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. And he faints. He's completely lost his consciousness. So then he starts reciting Radha mantra. Radha, 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 Radha. He becomes so absorbed in Radhika, he becomes completely golden like her. So this is Imlitala. He becomes golden, absorbed in thinking of Radhika. And then because he becomes Radhika, then Radhika becomes absorbing Krishna. Then it's like Mahaprabhu. But anyway, Krishna is weeping, oh Radha, Radha, Radha. So one Manjari with Radhika is thinking, oh Radhika, look, he's suffering so much. Give him your darshan. Look, how much he's suffering. So actually the Manjaris, they know more than Radhika. When she should give up her man, her anger. She doesn't know when to finish the anger. But the Manjaris are telling, now, okay, give it up. So then, okay, bring him. So then Krishna comes and he's weeping at her feet. He's weeping and weeping. Oh, Radhika, please forgive me, please forgive me. And he puts his peacock feather at her feet. But then she's still in man, no. And then, okay, without my flute, I'm nothing, hey, Raj. And he gives the flute at the feet of Radhika, but she does not give up her man. Then he takes her feet, and with his tears, he starts to bathe Radhika's feet with his tears. And then Radhika says, okay, I forgive you. And then he says, he tells her, Napareyam niravadya shamsira, swasadu kripa vibhuja yushabhu, jamabajan tur jara kelak shinkala sambrista tatpa pratyatu sadhana. I cannot repay you, Srimati Radhika. I cannot repay you. This is the most, from all the verses, millions that Gurudev knows, this is his most favorite. Because Krishna in Gita, he promises, he makes a promise that just like my devotee serves me or surrenders to me, I promise that I will reciprocate. This is his promise. But now he's saying, no, Pariham, I cannot repay you. I cannot repay you, Srimati Radhika. Then he tells the gopis also this verse after. Na Pariham Niravadya. He says, I cannot repay you, even if I live a life as long as that of the demigods, which are trillions of says, I cannot repay you because you have left. You have broken the chains of family life, the shackles. You've broken this, which is so hard to leave family life. But you have left everything. So please allow that your glories is the way that I can repay. May this be my compensation. So in this way, then Radhika is there and Krishna starts serving Radhika. This is the most important place in Braj, Sevakunj, where Krishna is serving Radhika. So he starts combing her hair, and then he starts making the braid. He starts putting flowers, decorating her with flowers. He massages her feet. He's doing so many services to Radhika. Radhika, like this, like that, like this. And Krishna's like complete submission at the feet of Radhika. So Gurudev said in Sevakunj, when he would take us every year in Parikama, he said, when Krishna served Radhika, this is Radha and Krishna. When Radhika serves Krishna, this is Lakshmi Narayan. So this is the mood really. And Gurudev said, this is the Brajendra Nandana that we serve. When he is in complete submission to Srimati Radhika. This is the Krishna that we serve. So then, so Radhika and Krishna are very happy there, and all the gopis went mad. Imagine, Krishna disappears suddenly. And where is Krishna? Where's Krishna? So they're all running everywhere, asking the trees, asking the plants, asking the flowers, have you seen Krishna? Have you seen Krishna? Have you seen Krishna? Have you seen Krishna? And then a tree very tall, oh, you're very humble, tell me, no answer. And they think, oh, of course, because you are male, so you're not helping us. And they're going around, then there's the malati, these flowers. And they walk and they see that they're like shaking, these flowers. Oh, Krishna must have walked here because they're like in bliss. So they're asking, have you seen? Please tell us. But they're not answering, of course, because Krishna told them, don't say, when Krishna passed. So they're asked, oh, Tulsi, she knows because she's feminine. She will be on our side. Have you seen? No answer. So they're asking the creepers, the everything. And then, Radhe Radhe. What's your name? Huh? Urupa.
Rupa.
Oh, Rupa. Wow. What a name. Okay. So, Haribol Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat. So now they're asking all the flowers, all the creepers, and it's so beautiful, yeah. So they are asking, and they're going mad. They're like detectives, you know, with the, how do you call this? They're like looking at all the clues. Where is Krishna? Finally, they see the footprint of Krishna. Oh, look, the footprints of Krishna. Oh, look. Oh, but look, there's another footprint next to them from one gopi. Oh, nobody could know who it was. Only Radhika's Swapaksha, the own group of Radhika. They could recognize, oh, this is Radhika. And then, this is very important verse, Gurudev said. Very, very important, because it's the only verse where the name of Srimati Radhika is mentioned. Anya radharitu nunam bhagavam harim iswarat. Yano pritaya govinda. Yano bihaya govinda pritoyat anayat rahat. Ana yaradito. Ana ayaradito. Radha, radhito. The best worshipper of all. This is the only place in the Bhagavatam that the name of Radhika is mentioned. Because we know that Sukadeva Goswami could not mention it because he would fall in Baal for 6 months. So he couldn't finish in 7 days to speak it. So then he says, this is the best. This gopi is the one that worshipped more Narayan, and therefore she was taken alone to a secret place. Only her to a secret kunja. But then Gurudev gives like the meaning, the meaning that it says, he says, but it actually means that she is the one that has pleased Krishna the most. Therefore, he took her only to that secluded secret kunja. So now all the gopis are following the steps, and then they see that suddenly the steps of the gopi disappears. Oh, now look, now they disappeared. Oh, but now Krishna's steps are deeper in the sand. Okay, so that means what? He picks her up and starts carrying her. And then they say, oh, but look, here, where all the bushes full of flowers, but in this part there are no flowers. Oh, so here, he picked the flowers to decorate her. And like this, they're all like looking for Krishna. And Krishna is with Radhika in the kunja, serving her. She's like this, that, like this. And Krishna's completely at the feet and on his knees, like surrendered to Radhika. And then Radhika they start hearing the gopis, so they think, oh, but if Krishna finds us, they will be so angry with Krishna. And then Krishna thinks, if they find us, they'll be so jealous and angry with Radhika. So they're both thinking like this. And Radhika says, I can't walk anymore, I'm very tired. You have to carry me. I can't walk. So then Krishna says, okay, and he turns, and then he disappears. And then Radhika starts crying and crying, and all the gopis find her. Hey Nata Ramana Presta, Kwasi Kwasi Mahambuja, Dasasta Kripayayame, Sake Darshanam Sanidimi. Hey Nata, oh Master Ramana Presta, best of all lovers, Kwasi Kwasi, where are you, where are you? You with the mighty, strong arms. Kwasi Kwasi Mahambuja, Dasyasta. Here's your sake, your sake. Please come up here. And Radhika weeping and weeping and weeping. And all the gopis come, and now they're not jealous of her, because she's saying, he also left me. So now they're not like upset with her. But when they see, Gurudev explains that, there's different groups, and there's so much rivalry.
Yeah,
Rivalry. There's so much rivalry between the different groups of Sakis. But in this case, because her separation is so high, there's no question of there's no question of this. They're all coming together to console Radhika. They're actually just trying to console Radhika, because they see our separation is cannot even compare to Radhika's level. And then they say, how can we bring him back? How can we bring Krishna back? So they concluded that there's nothing more powerful to control God, to bring God. And that is, from all the limbs of bhakti, which one? Kirtan. So they all said, let's go and do kirtan and bring him back. But not here in the forest. Let's go outside to the bank, because that way the echo will go everywhere. So then they go there and they start singing. I would like you all to sing. No, Gopi Geet.
Okay. 314 in the book.
401. Some is 401, some is 314, some is 414.
Is that right? 314? Maybe not.
Some are 414,
And
314.
you're down. Gopi Geet is
Not
not
314.
Come on, Abhi.
314.
No.
414.
414.
4:14. Sorry, my fault.
So they start singing. Jayati teri kam janmana braja Shayata indira sasharatari Daita trishatam Tishatavatam Vairita shavash Pamvichimbate Saradutasaye Sadhujatasa Sarasi Jodara Shri Mushadisha Suratadatate Ashurkadasika Varadavitnavo Meha Kimbala Krishna Jana Pyaya So now the gopis, they they sing. This is actually this song is. This is the heart, the complete opening of the heart. This is Gopi Bhav, completely. We're all saying we want Manjari Bhav, we want Gopi Bhav, but if we don't sing every day this song, if we don't learn it, if we don't read it, how can we understand these moods of the gopis? This is why in Braj, they always make us sing it every day. This is like the hymn of Vrindavan. You know, like national hymn, everybody knows in America or every country. Anthem. Anthem.
Yeah.
So that is the national anthem of Braj. Everybody knows the Gopi Gita. Because this is our aspiration, how the gopis. So now all the gopis are crying and weeping, telling Krishna, please, please come back. Very beautiful verses. For example, there are many beautiful verses, but and they have two meanings. Like we see the meaning that is there, but that's like Chandravali's side, very submissive. But the other opposite is Radhika's side. For example, the famous Tavakatam Britan, Tatta Jivanam Kavipiritam Kalmasapaham Shravana Mangalam Srimatatam Bhuviginatire Puri Rachana. In this verse it is said that your Tava Katha Amritam, to hear about your Katha, it says this is Amrita. This verse says, this is Amrita. And it actually, it destroys all suffering, material life, Tavakatamritam Tatta Jivanam. From those who are suffering in this material world, it destroys it. Kavividitam, the great personalities, say this and preach this. But then, Srila Gurudev says, this is from the perspective of Chandravali. Really, Gurudev, Radharani's party, they say, to hear this Katha of you, this is like poison, not Amrita, Brita, this is poison. Because it destroys our material life. We want to live, we want to actually have life with our family, but we cannot. So we want to actually forget you, but we cannot. And then Gurudev explains how the gopis, Radharani's party, they say, don't hear this Katha from Krishna. Don't hear it. So many people are going around roaming. Can I speak Harikatha? No charge. Let me just speak. And just let me knock in the doors. Can I speak some Bhagavat Katha? No charge. So Radhika says, don't let them in. Give him a little donation and tell him to go. Because if you hear, then you become like mad people. Like the birds flying here and there without homes, leaving everything. So all these verses have deeper meanings according to the perspective of Srimati Radhika. Very high meanings. For example, Atatiya Pavamatni Karanam Truti Jugayate Toma Pashatam Kutila Kuntalam Shimukam Chate Chata Udikshatam Pakshakitisam. He's saying how the gopis, when they see Krishna, and also Chalasya Prayaj Charanam Pashum Surilan, that Krishna goes to the forest every day with so many cows. Chalasya Prayaj Charanam Pashum with the animals. He takes them to the forest. And his feet are so soft, like lotus. So anyway, when he goes, and finally when he comes back, after all day they're waiting, finally Krishna comes back, and what happens? They're finally able to see him, but their eyes blink. So they become furious, and they curse the creator, Brahma. You stupid fool! You don't know the art of creation? Why have you given us eyes that blink? And in that second that they blink, it's like a millennium, like millions of years, just one blink. So they said, you stupid fool, you don't know the art of creation? Why you give us eyes that blink, and why you give us only 2 eyes? Why not millions of eyes? So we can. So all these beautiful expressions, and some are very, very deep. Pranatadehinam papakarshanam, dinachararugam shiniketanam. He said, Krishna, he put his feet. I'm not saying that. So then at the end, what is the verse that actually made Krishna come back? The last one. Jate sujata charanam buruham staneshu. That the gopis are weeping when Krishna goes to the forest. Dina parikshaye nila kuntale bananuhananam vivrata vittana salam tarshamu. No chalasya prayas charanam pashum nalila sundaram natatam. Srila tinankurei, Srila tinankurei, Stida titina. That when Krishna goes to the forest, they're so worried. Kalilatam, Kali. They're fighting in their minds. They're fighting. Oh, Krishna's gonna get hurt, his feet. In their minds, they're all day like Pagalini is crazy for Prem. And they're calling within the mind that Krishna's gonna get his feet hurt with the little pebbles, with the blades of grass, or with the grains. Like the grains, the skin of the grains. For all these things, they're so upset that Krishna's going to get hurt with his feet. So in this verse, so they think, oh, Krishna, his feet are going to, and they're singing this. So when we see that you go to the forest, we get so disturbed in our minds that your feet are going to get hurt, that we take your lotus feet and put them on our breasts. So when the gopis sing this last verse, immediately Krishna appeared in this place. They could attract him. And then they're all, oh Krishna, you're back. One takes one arm, another takes another hand, one takes one foot, one leg. They made all this, they put the shawls like a seat, so many. Then he sits, and they all take one arm, one leg, and from a distance is one gopi throwing arrows, very angry. Who's that? Radhika. From distance she's, you also left me. And then Krishna is feeling very embarrassed. He tells this, again, I'm not able to repay you, gopis. I'm indebted to you. Even if I live the life of 1 million years, trillions of years of a demigod, I cannot repay. So he broke his promise. In Gita, he promises to reciprocate. But now he's indebted. That there's no way to repay because they have left everything. They have rejected Dharma. They reject the Vedas. Gurudev said in Vedic times a woman prefers to die than to leave their chastity. They leave everything only for the pleasure of Krishna. So in this way, now they're telling Krishna, they put him like against the wall with the questioning. They say, aha, so tell us, there are 3 types of people. There's 3 types of lovers. One is, that's, okay. So they say, there's one that if you give, they will reciprocate. There's some that you give or not, they never give anything. And the other is that okay, one is you give and they reciprocate. One is they don't give anything. You give or not. And the other one is no matter what, they will always serve and give. So which are you? Like indirectly, explain us about this. So then he says, Krishna says, actually, you have the highest type of love. You have the highest type of love. And you should not be angry with me. Because the only reason I disappeared was to increase your love for me. It is like a man that is very poor and suddenly gets so much wealth. And then he loses it again. And then he's just day and night thinking about his wealth. So I just disappeared for you to increase your love for me, said Krishna to them. So in this way, he says, I can't repay you. I can't repay you. I'm indebted to you. And you have the highest type of love, which is beyond anything. No asking anything, but completely unconditional love. So now Krishna starts to do, they form the circle and they start doing so much mridanga, so much drums with the ankle bells. This is part of the tune also, and the bells of the waist and the bangles. It's like mridanga. So much music. And there's different rasas. There's one in springtime, which today is Vasanta Panchami, as a matter of fact, right? Today starts.
Yeah.
So there's, tal vez me atraso un poquito, no importa, 10 minutos.
Por favor, platica más porque la ofrenda está tarde hoy.
Excelente. Arreglo de Krishna.
Entonces como el 15 para la 1.
Perfecto.
15 para la 1 y después necesito cerrarte.
Ok, buenísimo. Pero me deja terminar.
Sí, termina.
Okay.
Tranquila.
Okay. And so then, what happened is that Krishna, Gurudev describes how Krishna is dancing with every single gopi very fast. Actually, this is what Mahaprabhu came to give to this world. Like I said, that verse, the first verse of Bhagavatam, which is all the Vedas included there, is describing Rasa lila. This is what Vedavyas, at the end he realized, this is the highest. Because when the love, the prema, becomes very condensed, then it starts to move. It starts to dance. This is Rasa lila. It's the highest form of condensed prema. And so there's different rasas. There's Basanti Ras in springtime, and there's the one in the Sharad in autumn. So in springtime, it's in Govardhan, and this is only with Nitya Siddha gopis. Only the gopis that are eternally associates of Radha Krishna. And the one in autumn, this is what Gurudev liked so much. This is the Sadhan Siddha Jivas, and also Nitya Siddhas. But it's not like we're in Goloka, oh, I'm a Sadhan Siddha. Oh no, I'm a no. Everybody's Siddha means Siddha, perfected. But there's a little speciality with the Nitya Siddhas. And this is now, today is Vasanta Panchami. Also Raghunath Das Goswami. I was going to speak, but Gurudev had another plan for me. So then, they're all dancing one by one, and this Nam, like the other day I was saying Namashastam Manumapi, that Gurudev has given us Nam, Shastam, the highest type of Nam. Nam has always been given for millions of years. It has existed. It's not that he came to give it. What Nam he came to give? This high level of Nam. The Nam which is Radha and Krishna, conjugal. And when Mahaprabhu he came to give Anarpita Charin Chirat Karane Vachanavaru Samarparitum Unato Jvala Rasam Sabhaktushya. He's coming to give the service. The service. In this ras. In this ras. When Radha Krishna are dancing in the middle, Radha Krishna are in the middle, and there's a ring of gopis, 2 rings, 3 rings, so many, and Krishna very quickly, Hare Krishna, with one gopi, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, with all the gopis, embracing them, one. Very quickly, all, this is what Mahaprabhu came to give. This is the Nam that Srila Gurudev gave us. The highest, Shrestam, the highest type of Nam, which was not given before, and Gurudev explains what Nam Mahaprabhu came to give. Hari Bol Krishna Dasi. Came to give
Radha Priya.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Radha Priya?
Sister
What?
of Krishna.
Younger
Oh,
sister.
I thought you were Krishna Dasi. Okay, so it says, Nainam Kara
Galadashakaraya
Badaram Kara Pulakar Vichita Bapukara Tava.
Nama Grani Bhavishyati.
So that Nam is the one that gave us Gurudev, Mahaprabhu came to give, which is that full of Ashta Sattvic Bhavs, the 8 symptoms of ecstasy, of prem. When Mahaprabhu is crying, he's always like non-stop, hairs standing on end, his voice choked. This Nam is the one that Gurudev gave us. And this is the Nam this is Rasa lila. Rasa lila. Krishna, this Mahamantra. This is Rasa lila. It's Radha and Krishna mantra. It's Radha Krishna. And Radha Krishna means conjugal love, to serve in that conjugal love. This Manjari Bhav. This is what Mahaprabhu has come to give us. All. And we should never think, oh, that is so high, only the, like, it's so far from us. Nothing. It's so easy if you come in contact with the Vaishnavas, the Shuddha Vaishnavas, the Mahabhagavats that are in Braj. They're just waiting. Gurudev used to say, and he was crying when he came from West. He says, my heart is dying to give, but nobody wants it. Everybody wants the wives, their houses, the comfort, this and that. And Gurudev wants. You can go with your wife, like he's just coming with his wife. They were just in Braj under the guidance of a very powerful Vaishnava. And you can go with wife, you can go with kids, you can go with everything. And be in the association of the great Vaishnavas. So all these moods can come in our hearts. Because this is the mission of Mahaprabhu. He wants us to taste this, to serve in that Rasa lila. So Krishna is dancing with Radhika in the middle. And all the gopis are dancing. 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles. And Krishna very fast. With one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Very fast. You know, there's a painting that says that there are many Krishnas.
Yeah.
But no. Buddha explains it's like the stick with fire. If you, Vishwanath Thakur explains, if you do like this with this, it looks like a fire, like a circle of fire. But it's actually, so in the same way Krishna, he looks like the thousands of Krishna, but he's just so fast with every single gopi dancing. And then he's joking with them, and they're singing such songs that we cannot even understand in this world. The sounds, the notes, the tunes, how Krishna sings, and then the gopis challenge, no, we sing better. And then the gopis sing, and then another sings better, and they're doing all this amazing singing and dancing. Even it is described, one gopi is like on her knees, jumping with her knees, and then she bends like it looks like a bow and arrow. Her braid, she's curved and she's jumping. So many, we cannot even break dance and all these things are like nothing compared to it's like a joke compared to all these amazing dances of the gopis. We can't even compare, nothing. This is nothing compared to that realm. How this acharyas describe, how beautiful. And then they're dancing so much, and then they become a little bit tired, you know, after one kalpa, one night of Brahma, dancing all night. They become a little bit tired. And Krishna's dancing, and he puts the cheek with the cheek of the gopis, he's eating tambula, then he gives them his tambula like this, and he is actually, now remembering the Gurudev, this example he gave, when Narada Muni is chastising Vyasadeva about, he wrote so much, but he didn't speak about bhakti, he didn't speak about the bhaktas, he didn't speak about prema, and then he chastised him. Gurudev would say, did you write when Yasodama comes and binds him with the rope? No, Gurudev, I didn't know that. Did you write when Krishna, when they're dancing, he takes his dupatta and he himself cleans the sweat drops from the faces of the gopis. No, Gurudev, I didn't know that. So bogus, what have you done? So now he gave all this in his heart, and he's seeing how Krishna is cleaning the sweat drops from the faces of the gopis. And after so much ras, they become very tired. He sees they're a little bit tired. And then the gopi wants to, they're a little bit tired. And Krishna wants to clean, right? Radhika's, the gopis' sweat drops. But just by touching them, they have so much ecstasy that again, they start to perspirate from the ecstasy. Just Krishna touching. So, in this way, after, they say, okay, let's go to Yamuna. So they go to Yamuna and refresh themselves, take baths. Then they start playing one of the 64 arts, which is splashing with the water. And they start splashing Krishna and joking, laughing. Then there's so many kunjas where they go and take rest. Brinda Devi brings all this different, so many different sweets and drinks, different kunjas, and they all enter. And they're all being served by the manjaris. And Radhika being fanned. And all these pastimes, and at the end, then Krishna tells them, okay, now you can go home, no problem. You won't have problem with your elders. And by his mystic power, then he can go. So, in this way, Rasa lila concludes. And this is actually our goal of life. Our goal of life is, when can I serve this ras? When the gopis are dancing around the circle, all our Guru Varga, they are there in their eternal form as manjaris. They're playing mridangas, they're playing instruments, they're going all around ras to make the ras happen with their instruments. They're all serving in that way, not as enjoying with Krishna, no. They are serving for the pleasure of Radha, Krishna, and all the Sakis. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he prays. One time, one lady asked Gurudev, which is, from all the songs, which is your favorite song? So then they said, Gurudev starts singing, Shri Radha Krishna, Padakamale Mana, Kemona, Vive Charana Shama. So he sang this song, and it's very deep if you think, why did he like it? Because actually Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying, yes, I'm so fallen, I have no bhakti, help me, But then he says at the end, Jugala Sevaya Shira Samandale. Please allow me to serve Rasa Mandala within Braj in Vrindavan. This is the prayer. And then he talks like a gopi, he's telling Bhaktivinoda Thakur, under the guidance of Lalita. So in this way, this is really our goal, this is our aspiration. And Srila Gurudev, this Katha, he would always speak like every single, my birthday. I was like, this is my gift, this is my gift. He would always speak this in Houston. And then he explained how important it is to continuously hear. This is the blessing of Sukadeva Goswami. He said, after these 5 chapters, he gives a blessing. Very important. You know the verse. Vikriditam Brajadu.
Not the whole verse.
Vikriditam Brajadurim idamcha Vishnu Shadambitaha Anushinayat Atta Vadyeva Bhakti Param Bhagavati Pratilam Hamang Hridrogam Aspachinoditi Achirena Dila. I missed the word. So this verse is so important. It says that a person who continuously hears the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, and all the gopis, and with faith, Shradambitaha. But then it says, Bhagya, and then repeats it to others. Gurudev very much gave this point is so important. That one must continuously hear from Guru, Vaishnavas. This, otherwise read, otherwise sing every day. first is Shravan, then you sing Kirtan, then you meditate. And then Bharya, then you repeat to others. This is Sukadeva Goswami says. One should continuously hear and then repeat to others. And then he said, Bhagavat, Param Bhagavati, Parama, what is it? The highest type of bhakti will come into your heart. This Radha Krishna, this Prem, by continuing, because this is so transcendental, it's so pure and so transcendental that just to think of it. Then, Param Bhagavati, the highest type of bhakti, which is Gopi Prem, will manifest in the heart. And by that, then, Hridrogam, the disease of the heart, which is kam, desire. Desire, kama, not only lust, sex, like people think. No, any desire for anything, any person, any place, any object of this world, which is not connected to Krishna, this is kama. So, this disease of the heart immediately goes away by hearing this such powerful narrations of Radha Krishna, the Prema, which is the essence of all the Vedas, which is the essence of all Bhagavatam, which is the highest type of Prem, the Gopi Prem. And it's not the other way around. Never one should think, oh, first I have to be, I'm not qualified, oh, I have to become free from all these impurities in my heart. And it doesn't say that at all. Actually, Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti explains this verse, Srila Gurudev explains over and over, that they insist that one must hear. And some people will not be qualified, it's true. And then he explains who are the people that are not qualified. The people that say, I cannot hear it, no, this is too high, or I cannot speak it, or I cannot sing it, no. Those people are not qualified because they are considered aparadis, offenders, because they have no faith in the declarations of Shastra, where Sukadeva Goswami is saying, you have to hear continuously, not one time, no. He says continuously. And he gives the blessing. And he said, for those people who said, I can't, they are atheists because they have no faith in Shastra. And they're also, they say, Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath, they are atheists. And they are aparadis. And then Gurudev explains, quoting them, that, but if a person hears it and doesn't know anything, just has appreciation, just, oh, very nice pastime, just that person will attain the highest type of prem. And the person, in this verse, it says, achirena dhira. It's translated like a sober person who continuously hears. But then how they defined the word dhira, it says that a person who says, for sure, I believe it 1000%. I don't care what anybody says. Sukadeva Goswami said, he gave this blessing. Whoever hears it continuously will have, I believe, no matter what anybody says. He said that person is considered dhira. He's considered a pandit. Because he has full faith in the declarations of Shastra. So this is how it concludes with the blessing of Sukadeva Goswami. And Gurudev said, a person that has never heard Rasa lila should die. Better die, better. Because he should at least once in their lives know and hear Rasa lila. This pastime, so powerful. Their life is useless. Gurudev said, better to die. So it's so powerful that by, for example, singing the Gopi Geet every day. When we're putting, what is this? This is Gopi Chandan. We're putting Gopi Chanta. What are the Gopis? What is their mood? Who are they? This is Gopi Geet. This is their moods, their hearts. And Gurudev said, even one line you read of Bhagavatam every day. One line. you can get all perfections of Bhagavatam. One shloka and a half. What to speak of? Copy it. Imagine how powerful. So, any comment, any question or comment?
I remember Srila Gurudev in 1995 when I came to him. And the first time I ever saw him, I paid my obeisances to him. I was crying, many tears came out of my face when I saw him for the first time. And when I looked up from the ground at him, he said, "Are you qualified?" And I thought for a moment and I said, "Yes, Gurudev." He said, "Very good, your greed makes you qualified."
Very good, exactly.
So that's the only thing we need, is that enthusiasm, that desire, that's what carries us above our sin.
Yes, and it's really important to try to go to Vrindavan and associate with those Vaishnavas that the hearts are flooding. They're just over-flooded with Prem Ras, Premananda. So much that those people, nobody's qualified in this world. I mean, what is this word about being qualified? But by associating, like if you're next to the sun, you want it or not, you'll get that light. So bhakti is like that, no matter what a rogue, what a wretched, I'm like the most fallen, unqualified person on earth. But by the association of these great Vaishnavas, they clean your heart, they change all your desires from material desires to spiritual desires. Any attraction you have from anything in this world, they transform it into wanting to serve. They have this seva priti, this tendency to serve. And whoever comes near, like I'm the laziest person to just even clean my room. But when I go there, just being next to them, you're cleaning like the whole mat on your knees, like the wall, the floor, this Shakti, they're connecting with Swarup Shakti. And there's unlimited potency, energy, no sleeping, only chanting. This is the importance of sadhu sangha. I'm just like the messenger. I'm coming to give the message, but we have to, if we really want bhakti, we have to try to go to Braj and associate with those Vaishnavas and hear from them and serve them with all humility. Like, not that I am a senior, I know so much. No, I know nothing. I'm like the worm in the stool. Please purify me. And then, that's like here in Alachua, Gurudev told me. I remember when I went into his room crying because now he was with all the sannyasis, he wasn't paying attention to me. I was so jealous, like now they're stealing my Gurudev, they're stealing him. And I was crying, and I entered the room, I was crying. He says, "Why are you crying? Who abused you?" And I'm like, I didn't even know, so they were all laughing. And then I said, "Gurudev, I just want to go deep. I don't want to stay in the surface. I just want to go deep, please, Gurudev. Help me. And then he said, "Oh, that is my business. That is my business." So Gurudev, he just wants us. He wants us to give this. He wants to do his business. But we want to. He will never force anybody. He won't force anybody out of their comfort zone. It's us who have to decide. So, I'm very happy to be in Alachua and to meet all these super nice devotees. I'm so happy to see that they all have so much love for Gurudev and very senior, all devotees, very nice, very nice. I'm so happy. So, thank you for hosting me here, and Gaura Premanande, Jai Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Radhe
Prabhu for sponsoring today's feast. Hari Hari Bol.
Thanks to Sophie reminded me just now that Judy's going to be here tomorrow for her last class tomorrow night.
Tomorrow evening, 6:30 beginning class. Last night.